Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In this one we're going to go over the NBA odds for January 14th. And as you can see, the odds are on the screen. And we're going to go over this real quick. This is early in the day. Obviously these odds are going to change, and I'm going to tell you what's more than likely going to happen based off these odds changes. And we also have the splits, which is where the money is going, and how they're going to adjust based off of that. But yeah, as you can see on your screen, we're going to start with Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Philadelphia 76ers. This is the NBA for Tuesday, January 14th. And as you can see, the Thunder are a sizable favorite at minus 480. And the 76ers are an underdog at plus 370. And as far as the spread, minus 10.5, 10.5 point favorites are the Thunder at minus 112 cost, minus 108 cost for the 76ers. Over-unders at 218.5 currently at even minus 110. And I'm going to show you this real quick. The splits right here. Where is the money going? All right. 95% are currently in favor of the Thunder at this moment on the money line. 90% of the betting, 95% of the money, 90% of the betting going in the Thunder. So the Thunder are a massive favorite at this minus 480. If this goes up at all, this is an easy pick right here. Of course, you want to avoid the massive money line favorites, so we'll go to the spread here. 58% going with the Thunder, 53% going with the Thunder. On the spread is at 10.5 points favoring the Thunder at minus 112 cost going here. A lot of people now, when the Sharps go in and later in the day, this is more than likely going to flip. This 58 going to turn into 42, 42 going to turn into 58, and vice versa more than likely here as well. 53, 47, 47, 53. Because that spread is sizable for this kind of game, especially considering Philadelphia's at home as well. This is a sizable spread, 10.5 points currently. Now it dropped, as you can see here, from 11 to 10.5 on FanDuel. Currently it is 10.5 at this minus 112 cost. Now, the safe bet would go with the 76ers on this one. That would be the safe bet. But as you can see, with them only getting 5% of the money line, 5% of the money line, you might want to consider taking a risk. You can go with Oklahoma City, but take a risk with Philadelphia at home. More than likely, this will not hold up, this 95%. That's more than likely going to go to more than likely about 80-ish%, somewhere around 80% of the money. When the Sharps go in, they're more than likely going to bet heavily on the 76ers in this one. If it stays like this. That's only if it stays at this 95.5 right here. If it does not, then it should be a comfortable victory for the Thunder. And watch how their odds adjust, especially the Thunder in this game. Watch if their odds increase at all. If their odds stay over that minus 460, 470, where it is right now, 480, minus 480, minus 500-ish on up, easy win for the Thunder right here. Easy win for the Thunder. If it decreases, while this decrease, the 370 decreases in its respective direction, let's say it decreases to plus 320, plus 310, something like that. Look out for the 76ers in this one. Just saying, especially as if the odds increase here. Total over under, 80% going over, 89% of the money going over, 80% of the betting going over. And at this 218.5 points, even minus 110, look to join the public in that one. All right. Cleveland versus Indiana. Minus 295 for Cleveland, plus 240 for Indiana. Those are the money line odds. Minus 7 and even minus 110, plus 7, minus 110, minus 7 favoring, the Cleveland Cavaliers, who currently have the best record currently in basketball. Over-unders at 231, minus 110 cost. 231 minus 110 cost here as well. And this minus 295 is pretty much somewhat evenly matched teams as far as especially offensive skill set. Minus 295 for the Cleveland Cavaliers based off of only 20% of the money going with Cleveland in this one. So people looking to cash out this Indiana here. Now here's the crazy thing. The Sharks might actually join the public on this money right here with this 80%. They may actually join the public in that one. But watch how Indiana's odds move. If their odds decrease, let's see where it is currently, what they're showing here. Plus 240. Okay, so it's practically plus 240 across the board. Plus 240. Watch how these odds move. If they go definitely below 200, guaranteed victory for Indiana. If it stays the same or increases for Indiana, Cleveland's going to win this game. And more than likely, where's the spread numbers? Okay, 50-50, 46 betting, 54 betting for the Pacers, 50-50 money at the even minus 110 cost. So look for, with that 50-50, and people looking for a closer, I would go with Indiana on the spread. That would be the safe pick and the logical pick, going with Indiana on the spread. That's the safe pick. That is the safe pick and the logical pick, based off where these odds stand here. You base the money line and spread based off of each other, however you wish to do it. But it's all, spread is definitely based off of what you choose here, obviously, on the money line. And the over-unders at 231. People expecting a higher scoring game. 231 over. 89%. I would actually, when these odds go above, okay, see the odds just changed to 232.5. And you can see here, you see how it decreased? It's decreasing. As long as Indiana continues to decrease, they're going to win the game. Just keep that in mind. And with 89% of the money going over at 232.5, it just increased from 231 as I just showed you. Real time. Sorry about that. Excuse me. 231.5. Goodness. And look to join the public going over. As long as this continues to increase, go with that. As long as Indiana's money line continues to increase, go with that. Phoenix versus Atlanta. Minus 178 going with the Suns. Plus 150 going with the Hawks. And the spread is at 4 points favoring the Suns at even minus 110 cost. Over under 235. Minus 110 cost even. All right. This the Suns are getting 45% of the 45% of the excuse me. That's why I've been on this hiatus a little bit. Been under the weather a little bit, but working it out. Beginning of the year blues, but we got it. We'll get it together. 45% of the money going on the money line here. 55% of the money on the money line going with the Hawks. Even somewhat about 50-50, 51-49 for the betting. But it's all about where the money is going. 45% going with Phoenix. So people, once again, early bettors looking to cash this out. Could be a safe pick. Atlanta's at home. They are a dog at plus 150. But Phoenix is above that minus 150 sweet spot. They are above that minus 150 sweet spot. There's minus 178. As long as they stay above that minus 150, Phoenix should be a safe bet on this one, on the spread and the money line. Over under 235. Whenever they go that high, as you can see, they're only getting overs. They're only getting 42%. I would fade the public at this 58 and go with the over. Go with the over. All right. The next one. New Orleans versus Chicago. Yeah. New Orleans versus Chicago. Okay, yeah. So, okay, it's 4 more. Okay, cool. I'll just make it sure. All right. Plus 102, minus 120. So it's somewhat of a pick'em game. Chicago is at home against a team they should beat at this minus 120 cost. New Orleans doesn't have much value here at all to the sports books or the public. Chicago this is the safe bet is Chicago. They are getting 62% of the money, 76% of the betting on the money line. Spread is similar, 61% of the money, but only getting 55% of the betting on the spread. It is somewhat of a pick'em at this minus 1.5. That's basically a pick'em game. Look to join the public in this game. 240. Most people gonna go under. Now in this one, where's the cost going? Over 240, under 240. They know most people are gonna bet that under. They know most people are gonna bet that under. As you can see right here, 78% are betting that under. I would actually fade the public and go with this over. Just to test a little bit. I would go over 240, minus 110. But watch how those costs adjust. Minus 112, minus 120, hit more so than not. So keep that in mind if which one goes to minus 112. And of course, the minus 105 hits more than the minus 115. So just keep that in mind. All right, Sacramento versus Milwaukee, minus 132 for Milwaukee, plus 112 for the Kings on the money line. Spread, 2.5-point favorites are the Bucks at minus 108 cost. 2.5-point underdogs are the Kings at minus 112 cost. Over under 228.5 at even minus 110. Let's see where the odds are going. The splits are going, 65% of the money going with Milwaukee. 49% going with, on the spread that is, going with, so it's basically somewhat even on the money going on the spread. Not a massive favorite are the Milwaukee Bucks at minus 2.5-point favorites. 81% of the betting going in Milwaukee's favor, only 40% of the betting going in their favor on the spread. So it is minus 132. This game is all about watch how Sacramento's odds adjust. If this 112 turns into, let's say, plus 106, plus 104, something like that, look to go in Milwaukee because they're more than likely going to. Now, see, here's the thing. They're more than likely going to decrease as well. Let's say this is probably going to end up plus 110, minus 130. Now, that plus 110 hits more so. That plus 110 hits more so. That's why I'm hesitant to go with Milwaukee in this one. They go down, even if plus 112 hits more so often against whatever the opponent has there. The favorite has there. So look out for the Kings on the money line in this one. And they are only getting 35%, okay? So their odds could increase. If their odds increase, while this increases, Milwaukee's going to win. If their odds increase, the Kings' odds increase. Let's say it increases to plus 120. While this goes to 40%, something like that. Go with Milwaukee because that decreases this, and that increases this. This plus 132 will be more value. Also, watch how Milwaukee approaches at minus 150. What did I just say? Plus 110, minus 130 in real time. Look out for the Kings on the ML in this one. Over under 228, 75.62. Join the public. No, I would actually, hold on. 228. What's the lowest? I would go with hold on. 38%. See, that cost is dead even. These dead even costs on these totals, they don't really give you much indication on which way, so you got to base it off the split. So the split's in the numerology. So the 62% is 75% going over. I want to fade the public, but I'm going to say join in this video. Now, these are not my final picks in this video. My final picks are on my Patreon. But yeah, so far I'm joining the public, going over in that one. All right, Denver versus Dallas. Minus 178, a lot like the game previous. Plus 150, a lot like the Suns-Atlanta game. And 4-point favorites are the Nuggets at the same 232.5. So basically pretty much the same odds as the other game. Where's the money going? 68% in favor of Denver, 49% in favor of Denver on the spread. These are money splits. So pretty much even on the spread. And they are getting 68%. 68% going here and minus 178. All right. This is all about watching which way these odds move. So far, Denver looks like a good pick on the money line. But even though this is so close, there's four. I would go with Dallas on the spread. I would go with Dallas on the spread at this minus 112 cost. As long as that holds up, I would go with Dallas on the spread. Over under 232.5 even cost, minus 110. So people expecting a low scoring game, 82% going under, 79% of the betting going under. People expecting that low scoring game. I would join the public. I'm joining the public at that under 232.5. Yeah, I would join the public going under. All right. Brooklyn versus Portland. Plus 194 for Brooklyn, minus 235 for Portland. Plus 194 for Brooklyn, minus 235 for Portland, that is. And a rare game where Portland's actually a favorite. They're pretty much a dog in like 99% of their games this season so far. One of the rare ones, they're actually a favorite. And a sizable favorite at that at minus 235. 6-point favorites they are at minus 108 cost. 6-point underdogs are the Nets at minus 112 cost on the spread. Over under 217.5 at minus 110 cost. Let's scroll down here. 57% going with Brooklyn, looking to cash out that plus 194 payday. And 62% going Brooklyn here. People looking to cash out quick. Now, Portland's getting enough to justify this minus 235 winning. Getting enough of the split. 43% and 38% of the money to justify this minus 235 right here. So, let's see. Okay, so with that being said, plus 112 looks like I would go with the Nets on the spread. I would go with the Nets on the spread and get that minus 235 Portland at home. As you can see, they've dropped in their respect. They've actually increased, but dropped in their respective direction to minus 240. Real time, as you just saw. While Brooklyn maintained that plus 194. Minus 240. So it's all about Portland, where Portland is going. Cash out this 43%. Bookies are looking to make this back. That 43% under 50. Look out for that in this one. This minus 240. As long as Portland increases or stays around at over 235 plus in their respective direction, like now minus 240. Look out for them. Over under 217. Over is getting 82.81. 82% of the money, 81% of the betting at minus 110 cost. I would actually, just because, let's see, 82%. I would fade the public because this is a lower amount. I'm going under 217.5. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. And yeah, we're back at it. We've been under the weather a little bit. But yeah, we're back this year. And we're going to be getting these picks right. So I will see you guys on Patreon. Subscribe to the channel. Pray every day. I've been Scott. Take care.